Before the hum of the refrigerator became the heartbeat of the American kitchen, there was another sound. A gentle clinking of glass in the pre-dawn quiet. It was a sound that meant the day was beginning. A sound that has now all but vanished from our world. This wasn't the sound of a delivery truck dropping a box from a warehouse 1,000 miles away. This was the sound of a neighbor, a familiar face, a daily ritual. This was the sound of the American milkman. Today, we go to fluorescent-lit grocery stores to buy milk from a refrigerated case. But for generations, milk wasn't something you went out to get. It was something that came to you, delivered with a quiet reliability that modern life has all but forgotten. Join us as we open the milk door and rediscover the lost ritual of the American milkman. Number 1. The pre-dawn ritual. For the American milkman, the day started long before the sun came up. He was a figure of the early morning, navigating silent, sleeping streets in the hours between midnight and dawn. His work was a race against time and temperature. In the days before widespread refrigeration, ensuring the milk arrived cold and fresh was a matter of utmost importance. The routine was a constant cycle, loading his truck with bottles fresh from the dairy, navigating his route from memory in the dark, and making his deliveries with a practiced, quiet efficiency, all while the rest of the world slept. Number 2, the iconic milk truck. Central to the milkman's identity was his vehicle. These weren't just any trucks. They were purpose-built machines, most famously the boxy, round-nosed Divco models. The name Divco stood for Detroit Industrial Vehicles Company, and their design was a marvel of function over form. They were designed so the driver could operate the vehicle while standing up, using large levers for the clutch and brake. This allowed him to hop out from either side of the truck in an instant, grab his metal carrier, and make his delivery in seconds. The sound of that truck, its low, rumbling engine and the rhythmic clinking of glass bottles, was the alarm clock for entire neighborhoods. It was a dependable, comforting presence that signaled the start of a new day. Number 3, the milk door, a portal to the kitchen. The exchange between milkman and family was built on a system of quiet trust. On the porch of many homes sat a small, insulated metal box, often with the name of the local dairy stenciled on the side. The milkman would open the box, remove the empty bottles and any payment left for him, and replace them with full bottles of milk, the cream floating right at the top. But some homes had an even more fascinating feature, the milk door. This was a small, magical portal, a cabinet, built directly into the wall of the house, with one door on the outside porch and another on the inside, usually right in the kitchen. The milkman could place the milk inside, and the family could retrieve it without ever stepping outside. It was a symbol of a time when our homes were built to interact with our communities. Number 4, the face of the dairy. The milkman wasn't an anonymous gig worker. He was the face of a local business that families knew and trusted. In the mid-20th century, dairies were often local or regional operations. Names like Borden, with its famous mascot Elsie the cow, were household names, but so were hundreds of smaller, family-run dairies across the country. This local connection built incredible brand loyalty. You didn't just buy milk. You bought Miller's Dairy Milk or Pleasant Valley Milk. The milkman was the personal representative of that brand, and his reliability was the dairy's reputation. Number 5, more than just milk. The milkman's carrier held more than just whole milk. This was a rolling grocery service for the essentials of the American breakfast table. Depending on the dairy, you could get fresh, heavy cream for your coffee, rich butter, dozens of eggs from local farms, cottage cheese, and in later years, even orange juice in glass bottles. Families would leave a note in the empty bottle specifying their order. A simple handwritten request was all it took. This personal, analog system was a cornerstone of the milkman's role in the community. Number 6. The neighborhood guardian. More than just a delivery driver, the milkman was a trusted fixture of the neighborhood. He knew every family on his route. He watched children grow up, and he noticed when something was amiss. In an era of incredible trust, many families would simply give the milkman a key to their house. He would let himself in before the family was awake, place the milk directly into the refrigerator, and leave, locking the door behind him. This role made him an informal security guard. There are countless stories of milkmen being the first to report fires, notice signs of a break-in, or call for help when an elderly resident's milk hadn't been collected for a day or two. He wasn't just a vendor. He was part of the social fabric. Number 7. The inevitable decline. So what happened to this beloved American ritual? The decline was gradual, a result of progress and a changing landscape. First was the advancement of home refrigeration. As large, reliable refrigerators became a standard appliance in the 1950s and 60s, families no longer needed daily deliveries to keep milk from spoiling. Then came the rise of the supermarket. With its wide aisles, low prices, and the convenience of one-stop shopping, the weekly grocery trip made possible by the family car became the new American ritual. The packaging itself played a role. The shift from reusable glass bottles to disposable paper and later plastic cartons meant the old system of swapping empties for fulls was no longer necessary, making supermarket sales far more efficient. Finally, as suburbs expanded and more women entered the workforce, the economic model of daily home delivery simply couldn't compete. The personal connection that was once so vital began to fade. Today, the milk door is a sealed-up curiosity, a relic of a different time. The clinking of glass bottles has been replaced by the beep of a barcode scanner. We've gained efficiency, but perhaps we've lost something in the exchange. We've lost the familiar face, the daily greeting, the quiet knowledge that someone in the neighborhood was always looking out for you. The American milkman wasn't just delivering a product. He was delivering a piece of the community right to your doorstep. A simple daily reminder of a time built on trust, preserved forever in America's past. What are your memories of the milkman? Did your house have a milk door? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip back in time, be sure to like this video and subscribe to RetroStates for more journeys into America's past.